I have to move to the next speaker. Satishji, as a mission director of SAMARTH, you have been closely observing this industry. Now, given the discussion around Residue, given your experience, what do you think needs to change on the ground so that thermal power plants like NTPC and others, other state-run power plants, can use more of the crop residue?
Good morning, everybody. Yeah. Actually, I am in National Biomass Mission of Ministry of Power, and we are monitoring biomass co-firing to the tune of 5% to start with. So, given this mandate, we are monitoring whether all the thermal power plants are on board for using 5% of the biomass. And as far as NCR is concerned, there is a special mandate that this year, in case the power plants do not co-fire minimum of 3%, it will attract environmental compensation. So in that light, I'll tell you that in 1999 means from 2021, the mission was formed, and after that, immediately in NCR, only two power plants were co-firing. Here now, all the 11 in the radius of 300 kilometers around Delhi, they have all been dropped in, and they have started the co-firing. And after that, compared to 22-23, last year 23-24, nationally, last year it was 50,000 tons only which got co-fired, but this year it was 3.7. That means almost sevenfold increase. And for NCR, Miss last year it was only 14,000 or something like that. This time it was 2.6, so it is almost 19-fold. So that way, Miss NCR has shown Miss a great jump, but still we are far from our target, because our target of Miss 11 power plants of NCR is around it is around 25 lakhs tons in NCR itself. And coming to Punjab also, Miss Punjab is also having a good this one 2600 metric ton per day. That is the requirement. So if you translate it into this one, it roughly comes to around around 9 lakhs tons. So that way, Miss, this is the requirement of Punjab. And coming to inherent challenges which we are facing, because I have been very closely monitoring with CEEW, and even I have been interacting with PSPCL and many other bodies. That first is the limited manufacturing capacity of the pellets. Torrefied pellet and 1,000 tons of torrefied pellets. So torrefied pellets are eventually means they are not available of the required quality. We are still actually evolving the technology. And as far as non-torrefied pellets are concerned, there are many skewed market, and due to which the supplies are not getting normalized, and the target is not, means we are somehow or the other not able to meet the target. It is only Lehra Mohabbat which is meeting the target, and Roper is coming up. And now slowly this NABHA and TSPL had some regulatory issues which has been solved, and I am actually positive that they should also try to make it up. And the second is limited manufacturing, restricted to biomass sourcing and utilization. What happens that Haryana government has given a mandate that whatever the pellets are manufactured for Haryana power plants, the parali has to be essentially from Haryana. And similar thing Punjab has done. So what happens? The pellet manufacturers who are available, suppose that fellow is sitting in Jaipur, or maybe it is in NCR somewhere in Haryana also. The question is that first is to procure parali, procure the biomass pellets and start co-firing. And slowly when the market develops, you can have such restrictive practice. But what happens that we have actually throttled the restriction first, and then we have put the cart before the engine, and then we want to move. So that way, this is one thing which is coming as a stumbling block. But anyway, things are getting sorted out, and some progress has been made in that direction also. And coming to evolving biomass market. So what happens? There are some aberrations, inherent aberrations, because it's a very, very nascent market.
नहीं बीच बीच में चला गया है इसका मैंने देख लिया बीच में
investor. So everybody is actually stranded in the market, and somehow or the other, this has to be addressed. And even placing orders without assessing the financial capacity itself is creating a lot of problem, because if you go for purchasing with even 1,000 tons of parali, it 1,000 tons of bales, it is costing around 20 lakhs. So question is, it is a very, very heavy investment process, and the small farmers and the small pellet manufacturers are not able to actually deal that much amount. So what happens, that everything is on a trusted this one business, and nobody is able to pay others in time. And as long as the money is not realized, then everybody is discontented. So I think what Notial Saab was telling, this he resorts to one matchstick and he wants to get away out of this. Because even if he wants to sell it, he doesn't get the due payment for it in time. So he says, ultimately, why to get into that circuit also? Better to just burn it off. So we have to address this part, that everybody is compensated well and there is a proper mechanism, because it is a very, very money intensive business. It seems that all the palletizing machine and all is costing very less. But once you established, only raw material cost becomes very prohibitive, that you have to spend around 1 crore of rupees to store 1,000 tons of bales. So that is a big thing. We have to start thinking in that direction also. As far as technology is concerned, investors are not aware of technically competent and robust design. They are actually hiring anybody, any consultant in the market, and that film is whatever he is doing, they are putting up the plant, and after that the machines are incompatible. The shredder is not able to give the output to the grinder, and grinder is not able to give the required output to the pelletizer. Therefore the operations stop every 3-4 hours, and there is no workhorse machine in the market which is able to give 24/7 production without breakdown. And even paddy being is very abrasive, this one weed, I should say biomass, the blades of the shredder and all also get eroded very fast. And the changing method, and we are not having any professional way or any professional design to address that issue. So there is lot of downtime. The persons who have invested actually are actually they are suffering, and that needs to be addressed. And especially I would request PAU, that machinery division, to look into this part, because that is very, very important for the sustainable, for the market to sustain. And the result is, the next thing which I wanted to tell is that there has to be mindset change in the total this one fraternity, like what Professor Vij was also telling, that right from farmer to the end user should understand that everybody has to positively contribute. It is not my responsibility, while attitude say, will not be able to get along anywhere. And burning incidents are maximum in 5 districts: Sangrur, Tarantaran, Firozpur, Munsan, Bhatinda. This accounts for 44 or 45% of the burning incidents. So what happens, that incidentally the pallet machines are not located in that location. So what happens means, in case the pelletizing machines are elsewhere, transportation of raw biomass pellet is more prohibitive. Then looking into this one, we have to look into a model where the maximum burning incidents are taking place. There, our XC2 management machines should be available, so that they consume the at the source only. We are able to miss the buying and selling takes place immediately, and so that means the all the biomass is pelletized and it can be then transported to any distant place. And yeah, I think it is worth paying price for the transportation than to think that the raw biomass will be transported across the different districts. So this is one thing, sir. Right, sir. Right, sir. Thank you.
Doctor, you have also been a Can you hear me now?
Okay, okay, it's fine. Now it's working, working.
Okay. So, Rataka, you have also been a former member secretary of the Punjab Pollution Control Board. Now, for this year, uh, where we aspire to make this a turning point with a very lottery ambitious goal of zero burn, what do you think should be PPCB's top three priorities out of the many